Sean Parker took over the trainer's licence from his mum Elaine at the end of 2018. They're a team based here at Hensall with 12 acres of land, just the way they like it.
It's what I've always known from being a child, reared and born with horses and dogs, been to Ireland with Matt Travers with dogs, my old boss from leaving school. But how we rear, it'd be totally as we're doing Ireland as well. The great big looming paddocks, and I'm afraid we do tend to get a little niggle here and there, or a little injury, but when they come to the track they're ready to gallop, you know. So yeah, we're proud of it. I'm so proud of it as well.
That's how we like it, that's all I've ever known. Plenty of space, plenty of freedom, turned out as often as you can, and yeah, just having that sense that your dogs have, you know, really enjoying themselves, you know, lots of freedom, being able to go in big paddocks and interact and do what dogs do. It's natural.
And even when the bad weather comes, you've got use of indoor paddocks, which are not small. They're still plenty big enough for the dogs to stretch their legs, run around.
Worth the weight in gold, obviously, through the winter months. You know, we can still turn dogs out 5-6 times with no problems. When it's raining, snowing, indoor paddocks come in really handy, and probably the best idea my dad's ever come up with.
It's a real sort of family thing for you guys as well. A really nice base where your mum obviously lives in the bungalow and you and your partner live on site as well now.
Yeah, it works. It works, and I think when you're working with animals and you're as hands-on as what we are, you know, you've got to live on site because there's too many things can go wrong. And when people are paying lots of money for these animals and trusting you to deal with them daily, you know, you owe it to the people to provide that, you know, sense of security, and that you're also on hand, and I don't think we'd have it any other way.
Many people watching this have literally watched you grow up in the sport from being a kid to a young man, and now you're a dad. You've got a 4-year-old little girl. Is she into the dogs?
She loves the dogs. She, you know, she sees them every day, and she's always coming across the kennels, helping out in, you know, her own little ways and things. I just, you know, I stepped into the game straight from school. It was in a lot better condition then as to what it is now. You know, we're all just trying to make the best of it. But I'd be thinking to myself, would I want her to be involved directly in the sport? And I would honestly say right now, no, I don't.
He is a good lad. He's been a good lad throughout, from him being born, to be fair. But yeah, he's took up from where I've left off, and I'm crocked as it is now. I've got to have a new knee, new ankle. But yeah, he'll be fine. He's getting into it now, steadily, you know. There's a lot more to this job than people think. And of course there's the feed to buy, there's the diesel for the vans. Heavens, you know, you can't go into it. There's that much to learn and to pick up. The injury, the physio that comes every week, you know, it's really hard. And of course the wages, the lads, the boys and the girls that work for you. I mean, you know, everybody's got to be paid. We must be doing something right anyway, Julie, because these staff have been with me 20 years. Well, some of them have.
You took over the licence from your mum. She's now your assistant, but who's the boss?
I think, you know, it's one of them things, it's a team effort. It will...
Very diplomatic.
You've got to be, haven't you? Mum will always be the boss, you know, that will never change. And that's fine, you know, it works. You know, we have his fallouts like everyone does, you know. But no, I've, you know, got more freedom now in picking and choosing, mainly, you know, with the open race dogs where we're going to go to work, and you know that's working out well so far anyway.
What's been your greatest moment in the sport?
Wow, we've had some great times. We've had some great times, but I think we've got to put that down up at Sunderland. The very first classic up at Sunderland, where the winner got £40,000, which the dog, of course, Maha's boy, was my own dog, and my brother-in-law Billy's dog. It's something I'll never forget. Never forget it. But I mean, we've lots more there, as you've seen. We've had some great times. Cost lots of money, but we've been good with the dogs, and the dogs have been good to us in return. So what can you say?
You've got a wonderful facility here for you to work from for your future. What are the ambitions for you?
Every year you think to yourself, what could we be capable of winning with the dogs that we have to hand? Every ambition for every trainer, it's surely got to be winning the English Derby or a Derby, whether it be Scottish or Irish. I mean, to be able to, I've got massive respect for Matt Dartnell, massive respect for him. He went to Ireland with Balamat Russo years ago, and I remember he would go in there and back on the ferry, and I got talking to him and asked him, his opinion on the job and everything like that. And the effort and the work that went into it was phenomenal, and it was a real credit to Matt. So if he could say, even just to have one in a Derby final, whether it be English or Irish, we've had a few Scottish Derby finalists, I'd be happy with that.
You love your open racing, don't you?
That's what gets me out of bed in the morning, knowing, we all love dogs, but as an actual pastime to go and see, the open racing, that's where I take my interest. It's just, everyone's going hell for leather, the best dog wins, and you meet some fantastic people, characters along the way. It's a challenge, something you can really sink your teeth into, something that requires a lot more thought and preparation, as opposed to turning up week after week at the same track with the same dogs in different traps. And everyone takes a pleasure differently, and in my opinion, I like the open race scene.